Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to continue from task 1 of the project, C recursion. So what does this question here says? It says we should write a function that prints a string in reverse. So we are going to print string, but in this case it is going to be in reverse. So we are going to start from the last character of the string. So let's just look at this example here. As you can see, this is what was passed to the function Colton Walker, and then this is the output. So as you can see, this is printed in reverse. So how do we print this string in reverse in recursion, using recursion? So before we continue, let me quickly pass this information. For those interested in our C mentorship program, the course application for the 7th batch is currently open. So kindly go to b12learn.com.ng, which is our newly launched learning management system, and then go to courses. Under courses, you'll be able to see ALX Complete C programming course. So because I'm already logged in, that's why I'm saying continue learning here. In your own case, you will see start learning. Okay, so if I click on continue learning now, so as you can see, I have the project here. These are the first ones created: how to clear repositories, hello world, how to install Betty, all this. These are all the ALX project. As you can see here, we have them on this website. Okay, so for instance, if I want to access the small functions, more nested loops, I will just click on this, and as you can see, all the materials are here. Okay, so here as well, if I want to access functions and nested loops, all the course materials are here. So if you're really interested in taking part in this mentorship program, kindly message me using the WhatsApp link in the description of this video, and then I will share a coupon code which will give you a 30% discount on this course. Believe me, this course is very affordable. Okay, also, if you have a course that you want to sell on this website, you can register as an instructor. Simply come here and then you can click on instructor registration. You can register as an instructor because I've already registered. That's why you're seeing you are not registered as an instructor. In your own case, you'll see a registration form which you need to fill. Okay, so after filling the registration form and after uploading your course, the course will be reviewed, and once everything is fine, we are going to make it available for others to have access to. Okay, so if there is any inquiry you want about being an instructor or enrolling in the C programming course, kindly message me, like I said, using the WhatsApp link in the description of this video, and I will answer your question, and also I will share the coupon code that you need to get 30% discount on our mentorship program. So thank you very much, and let's continue. So let's open the file first and let's see how to overcome this problem here. So if I should say this, paste. So I already have my Betty documented. All right, so before we proceed, let me explain a concept for you here. The recursive problems are handled in the part of memory which is called the stack. The stack is responsible for handling issues related to recursion. We all know that the memory is made up of different compartments, right? So the compartment that is responsible for handling recursive issues or recursive problems is called the stack. So this is what happened now. Here, assuming this is my stack, the whole of this, assuming this whole is my stack here, this memory is my stack. So let's say I have this set of string called happy, for instance. I have happy. Yeah. So what this is going to do is this. If I want to recursively print this character, what it does is this. This first character here, H, will be stored in the stack here. It is the first character that will be stored in the stack here, right? Then it moves to what? To A. A will now be on top of H. That's why they are called stack. They are kind of stacked, okay? One on top of the other, one on top of the other, one on top of the other. This is how they are in the memory. So this P as well will be on top of this. The other P will be on top of this, and then the other Y will be on top of this. This is how they are stored in the memory, right? So we are asked to print these strings in reverse. So it means that we are going to print them from the stack, because when you look at this, this is stored in the reverse manner, right? It is stored in reverse. So it means that I cannot be able to print H here if I have not print A, and I cannot print A until I print what? P, and I cannot print this P until I print this P again. I cannot print the P until I print Y. That's why I said they are stacked. So for you to be able to have access to this last part here, you need to lift all the characters or whatsoever that is above that particular character, right? So that you will be able to have access to. Just take this as like your bookshelf, for instance, you want to access a book, so you need to lift all the books above that book, on top of that book, for you to be able to access that one, right? So this is what happened in this case as well. So if I have this stored in the stack, then I can just print the characters, right? So I can just start printing from this last one, print this, print this, print this, print this. So at the end, I'm going to get YPPAH. So they are now printed in what? A reverse. So the solution to this problem here is the same, or let me say similar to that of the previous task, where we are told just to print the string, right? So what I'm going to do here is this. I will just need to set my condition and check if S is not equals to the terminating null byte. If S is not equals to terminating null byte, so what should we do? This is where we need to do the work, right? So if S is not equals to the terminating null byte, one thing we need to do is this. If S is not the terminating null byte, it should go into the stack, right? After going into the stack, then A will be checked as well. If it is not the terminating null byte, also it will go into the stack. P will be checked. All of them will be checked. That's how they are stored in the stack. So after all the characters are being stored in the stack, like I said, you cannot access the last character here without lifting the ones above. So I can start printing from this last character here, Y, P, P, A, H, right? So after all the characters are stored in your stack, then you can start printing them one by one. So that way I will get the string printed in reverse, since I'm printing from what? From the stack exactly. So here what I need to do before printing from the stack is I need to what? Move the characters to the stack, right? So I will recursively call the function again, and I will pass what? S what? Plus 1 here. So this will what? This will move the remaining characters from index 1 to the function again. Don't forget this asterisk X, I've already explained this in the previous video. It is just used to access the character at what? At the beginning of your string. So when I do something like this, it's just checking, is this the last the terminating null byte? If no, then the remaining characters will be passed to the function again. So as you can see, this way I will have all the characters stored in the stack, because this is a recursive call to the function, right? It is a recursive call to the function. So all the characters will be stored here. So the next thing I need to do is to print from the stack, right? Then I need to print from the stack. So here I will just say underscore putchar, and then what? I'll just say S index 0, or I can just say asterisk S. Anyhow you do it, it will still work. So what this is going to do is this. When you look at this, this is how they are stored in the stack. Like I said, I want to print from the stack. So if I print this is the first character now in the stack, Y, right? So Y will be printed. After printing Y, we are done with Y. So now what is the first character in the string? P is the first character. Don't forget asterisk S is going to get the what? The first character for us. So P is not the first character, so I will have P printed. So we are done with P. What is next character in the string? P again. And this P is also what? The first character, so I will pass in P again here. So I'm done with this one as well. So the next thing is what? Is A, right? So A will be printed because it is asterisk S in this case. It is the first character, right? So I'm done with this. So the next character is what? Is H, isn't it? So I have my H printed. So as you can see, I have what? Happy printed in reverse. So all what I'm trying to say here, the difference between this task here and the previous one is that in the previous task, we printed the characters right before it is being stored in the stack. That's why we have the characters printed in order, not in reverse. But in this case, we are printing them from the stack. So as far as you want to print the characters from the stack, they must be in reverse order. Do you get it? So the difference between this one and the previous one is that this putchar, in the previous one, putchar was placed before the recursive call. So I'm trying to print the character right before the characters are stored in the stack. Do you get it? So here, I will just say else. What should be the else part? So I'll just return, I'm just returning 0. So let me open this file. Let me open both files, that of the task 1 and this one as well. Let me explain this. Right, so let me open that of the task we are currently handling. All right, so when you look at this, the function is the same here. The function is the same. So when you look at this for the task 0, I called putchar first before the recursive call. So it means that it is going to print the character before it is stored in the stack. So that's why we got the string printed in order, right? It is stored, it is printed first before going to the stack. So as you are going to the stack, you'll be printed.
right? So we all know that the first character that will go into the stack is what? Is the first character here. So before it goes into the stack, it is being printed by putchar. So I have H. So this one as well, this A, before it goes into the stack, it is being printed by putchar. I have A, all the characters here. Do you get it? So that's why I place my putchar before the recursive call, so that I'll be able to get the characters before they are taken into the stack. While in this case here, they are all placed in the stack first, before what? I use my putchar. So if I use putchar on them, it is going to print the characters from the stack, and it is going to be in reversed order. Do you get it? And here I used a putchar, while here I used a return 0. Why did I not use a putchar here? Because when you look at this, the test function here, a /n is passed as at the beginning. So it means that when it starts printing from R, E, A up to the end, up to C, it will now jump to a new line. When it encounters this /n, it will jump to a new line. So I don't need to create a new line. Okay, so let's run Betty on this file to see. So Betty, this is task 1, right? Oh, what did I do? Okay, I'm supposed to say Betty. Yeah. All right, so Betty is fine. So let's create the test file, copy, so vi1 main.c, so pastes. All right, so let's save and exit. So the next thing is, let's compile the file, copy. Whoa, it says what? Return with a value info. Okay, it says returning void, I guess. Where is the file? Okay, it is returning void, so I don't need to add the else part here. I don't need to add the else part, so I can just remove this. Yeah, I think this should work. No need for the else part. Yeah, so as you can see, it worked. So let's run the compiled file here. So as you can see, I got this printed in what? A reverse. So after printing from R here, as it reaches this point, it moved to a new line because of what? The /n encountered at the end of the string. Do you get it? Or let me say at the beginning of the string, yeah, or at the end, since it's starting from the last character, so it's going to encounter the new line at the end of the string. So this is simply how to print the string in reverse recursively. Okay, that's just it. It's the same or similar to the previous task. It's just that one needs to be printed before it goes to the stack, while in the other, they need to be printed right from the stack. Okay, so I believe this is clear. So we are going to stop here. In the next video, we are going to continue from task 2 of this task. So thank you very much. To meet in our next session.